So today we're going to talk about USDA loans. I've had a lot of people asking me questions about them lately. So it's actually one of my favorite loan products because it's such a good product for somebody if you can qualify. So is anybody here familiar with them, or is this something completely new to you?
Familiar, but I've never used one.
You never used one? Okay. Okay, so it's a 100% financing product, and it's a government-backed product just like FHA. And it's a great product. The main component is the property has to qualify. It has to be an eligible area. So that map that I just handed out to you, that's actually my house, so now you all know where I live. But so you can go, anybody can access this website. You literally can just Google USDA eligibility map, and that website will come up. You click on it, it'll ask you to hit accept, and then they'll have a box where you can put in any address. Put the full address in anywhere in the United States and hit enter. It'll zone in on that address, and it'll say, yes, it's in an eligible area, or it's not. But you can see on the map, I couldn't zoom out anymore for the printing, but the yellow areas on the whole map are not eligible. Anything outside of the yellow areas are. So if you're just curious, kind of like, hey, if I'm looking at a property in Ball Ground or something, you can put in a specific, or your home, it's a good thing, just get on there and play with it and put your home address in there, and then you can zoom out and you can kind of see the areas around our surrounding counties that are eligible, so it gives you just an idea. But that's a tool that anybody can use. Like if you have somebody that you set up on a search and they're really wanting the USDA product, give this address to them too, so that they can go in there and they can like, oh, I like this house. Let me type it in and see if it's eligible, so they're not bugging you every day. Is this one eligible? Is this one eligible? Is this one eligible? So they can do it themselves and see, and it's very helpful. So that's the first thing. The property has to be in an eligible area. The second thing is the other sheet I gave you. There are loan limits, and that is by county in the whole state of Georgia. Tells you what the loan limits are because it is lower loan limits for most than FHA or anything, any other product. So it does have loan limits. And then there are also income limits. And it is household. So even if, husband is the only one going on the loan, if wife works, we have to include her income in the household income limits for the product, even if she's not on the loan, which is unique because usually your income limits are only for somebody that's on the loan, but USDA is household. The household income limit for a family of one to four people is $110,000 in most areas. There will be some areas that have slightly higher. And for 5 to 8 people in the house, it's $146,000. So the limits are decent. They're not crazy low. That's not on there. No, that was just the loan limits by county. So some of the perks, obviously, of this product, if somebody can qualify, is the 100% financing. If I have so many times, I've had people that have gotten their closing costs covered by the seller, and then at closing, they're getting money back because they're getting their earnest money back. So it's a great product for that. It does have an upfront funding fee like FHA does, but it's only 1% instead of 1.75, so it's cheaper. And then it has a monthly guaranteed fee, which is basically PMI, but whereas FHA's 0.55 rate factor, this is only 0.35 factor, so it's lower as well. So it's really a great product to keep those monthly payments down lower. The rates are comparable to that of FHA, and you only have to have a 620 credit score to qualify. It used to be 640, and I will tell you it's easier to get the approval at 640 or higher, but 620 is possible. So trying to think, it's only for U.S. citizens, permanent resident aliens. You have to have a valid Social Security number to use this product. And there is a limit to assets, but it's only 20%. They have to have less than 20% liquid assets of whatever the purchase property price is. So if they have more than 20% in their bank account, they won't qualify. They'll have too many assets. And that retirement funds do not count. This is just like liquid asset savings in the bank. So, a lot of people don't have that anyways. So that's why they're going to FHA anyhow. So this, I mean, like I said, it's a little bit harder to qualify. The debt to income ratios usually are around 41 max, whereas FHA is 57. But if you get a borrower that qualifies for this loan, it is an amazing product. So I've closed several of these in my career, and they're just as easy to close as FHA. When it comes to the appraisal, same type of requirements. They want to make sure the house is safe, livable, appliances are in, no exposed wire. So it's very comparable appraisal-wise to FHA. Mm-hmm. And you can do manufactured homes as well. Yeah. So, yeah. Any questions?
Does this also go for the building? Is there something for like building a home?
Oh, like not custom build, like you're building your own, but like for a new construction, it does qualify. If the neighborhood is in a eligible area, you can do new construction. It's actually how I bought my first house in Cumming, was with the USDA loan 12 years ago. So, yeah.
How can we access this map with roads and things like that? Is there a way that we can?
You just have to zoom in. So you just have to have a property address when you go to the, like I said, I don't know if the address is showing on that sheet or not, but just Google USDA, eligibility map. If you Google that, it'll be the first thing that pops up. And you just click on that link, and then you enter in any address, specifically an address, and then it'll take you directly there. And I don't know if you can zoom in close enough to see the different road names, or if it just kind of gives you an outline. You may. I'd have to double check that. I can't remember. But you can enter any address into it in the whole country. So, yeah. And also for the income limit, for those loan limits, you can also Google that. It'll bring you right to that too. But I printed it out for y'all to make it easy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right.